Welcome to the Father and Son Talk Show. Right, we've got the giggles today. Unfortunately, we didn't do a video last week because of going to a fireworks display and you had a lot of schoolwork going. But so some of the news might be old news. We do apologise, but anyway, we'll get on to the news right now. Hi there. Right, so first news of the day is the WWE Network figures released a couple of weeks ago, and they're doing really well with the network at the moment. Their figures have gone up over in India and also in China, where they're pushing their brands. So obviously that's going to be a big thing with obviously all the Chinese stars that are coming over, and also with Jinder Mahal, who had the belt when that happened, but we'll be getting into that later on. So yeah, looking good for the sort of WWE at the moment. The figures are good. You know, I've said this over and over again, you'll never be able to knock them off the top because of the network. You've got, so you know, TNA have brought their own version of the network, a free app where you can sort of watch, basically you can watch like old episodes of, but you don't pay for it, it's a free app. And obviously all you've got is the old TNA, you've got nothing that can actually get the person involved, like old stuff. You got like sort of, you know, like the WWE network, it's got stuff from Florida Championship Wrestling, it's got stuff from NXT old stuff, you know, the original old stuff there. You've got ECW, you've got WCW, you've got all the sort of NWA, sort of what's it say? You know, it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get on to some more news actually about TNA. I just want to add, recently WWE have been going overseas and been going to loads of different places on the WWE Live. Yeah. Which again is just going to increase their expansion, and that's why, like you just said, WWE will never go bankrupt. No, because they just make so much money. You know, if you think about it, week in, week out, they buy huge stadiums. Yeah. For the fans of Raw, SmackDown, you know, 205 Live, and you know they still have to pay their. They still have to pay their wrestlers, the commentators, the officials. They still have to pay all of these. Yeah. You know, these workers that work for the WWE, but they're still making money as they do it. They're still, you know, they're still going overseas and going to different countries to get more money. And you know, the wrestlers don't mind it because they just want to wrestle and they just want to put on a show. So the wrestlers do not mind doing extra shows in other countries at all, do they?
No, of course not. And like you say, they fill out the stadiums when they come to England, and it's such a big, not knocking the American audience, but like sort of when they come and do a live show over in the UK, it's just a lot more, the fans are up for it. You've got like sort of the Bailey chants.
Oh yeah.
Hey Bailey, ooh, I wanna know if you're gonna be my girl, and things like that. In like,
then she'd probably run away if you started singing that to her.
Cheers. A dirty old man running after her. Exactly. Talking about the UK, they were over here, and both Raw and SmackDown, they had 2 title changes that we'll be obviously talking about when we do the reviews of Raw and SmackDown. But that's a big thing because they haven't had sort of title change in a long time over in the UK. Yeah. So that was a bit of
it was quite interesting to see, wasn't it?
It was. And also in the news, we've had a news story about Y2J taking on Kenny Omega over in New Japan, and it's been now noted that he's not actually left the WWE. He is under contract with the WWE. Now, there's been speculation that the WWE want to move into other federations and try to sort of bring them other wrestling companies and bring them under the sort of WWE banner and help them to sort of push their product. rumours with Ring of Honor that they want to like sort of talk to Ring of Honor. There's also rumours that they want to like sort of do New Japan. As we know, TNA have a little thing with a Japanese wrestling company called Noah. They have a lot of like their wrestlers come over, so this could be a way of getting the wrestlers to come over to see the brand and the WWE, and then like so you know do an inter-brand. You could even do an inter-brand pay-per-view. That would be brilliant. That would be absolutely good. Obviously, you've got the network where I don't think New Japan have got a bigger as big a network as the WWE.
Yeah.
I think they do a streaming service, but it's not as good as.
Definitely. It's not good.
No, and
that was actually really surprising when that news came out of the Y2J and Kenny Omega. It was really surprising because, like you said, at first when it first came out that Jericho was facing Kenny Omega, I was like, Jericho is still contracted to WWE, so he can't.
Because there was no news breaking that he was leaving. Or
exactly. You know, WWE didn't send out a statement that Jericho has cancelled his contract with the WWE, or WWE have cancelled the contract with Jericho. So it was really, really shocking to actually see Jericho kind of, you know, make this match with Kenny Omega. It just came out of the blue.
Yeah, it did. He was shocked at it. Everybody was shocked about it. And that's why, like, sort of, you know, everybody was jumping on the bandwagon saying, "Oh, another one's left. That should be a new song. Another one's left the WWE."
Someone's gonna carve that. So I've never come back. Can I have that entrance music?
Another one that was reported this week was TNA tapings. It's been now found out that TNA have actually officially gone to a casting agency asking if people would go on their show, sit in the audience and get paid $50 for the day. So you're paying like sort of let's just say $25 to $30 for an actual ticket to go and watch TNA taping. Go in the audience and you'll get $50. How can they make any money? How are they going to be? It just baffles me.
It seems like they're literally weighing all their money up the wall. But you don't pay your audience to watch
your brand.
You make money by the audience coming to pay for it. That's how you make the money.
I suppose they think to themselves, if they give them the money, they might like sort of spend merchandise and like get it back that way. But
or they might think, oh wait, let's go to this just to get the free money. But do you know what I don't get? They've paid these. What is it? Actors they've paid to come and watch. Yeah. So they've paid these actors to come and watch. If one of the actors had half a brain, they would say, okay, so this company just paid me £50. He gets the £50 paid to him, and then he just walks out and doesn't even turn up to the event.
Could do.
Someone with half a brain. If that was me, I'd do that.
Yeah.
Like
you seriously could. There's no like sort of. They wouldn't know if you're.
Exactly. The security guard wouldn't know because they're nothing to do with TNA. They're something to do with the building for TNA performing. Yeah. So they wouldn't know, would they? No. That's what I would do if I was one of them. I'd be like, yeah, thanks for the £50, just wouldn't turn up. Yeah,
and also another one alongside with TNA is that the fact that they've now officially said that they're moving to Canada. So obviously you've got a lot of wrestlers who like sort of live down in Florida and around those areas, the lower parts of lots of America. Now being told that they're going to have to either catch a flight every time they want to go up there, or the road trip, the road trip all the way up to Canada. You're going to find a lot of people. It's going to be good because anybody who's from Canada will sort of, wow, that's brilliant for us.
Yeah.
But a lot of them who've decided to move away, they'll all be like not interested in sticking around with TNA. So a lot of stars moving. There's been lots of loads. James Storm has recently said his fond farewell. No one knows at the moment if he is going to go to the WWE, but a lot of people have speculated that he probably will. Another one that has recently left the company, TNA, is Rockstar Spud, and he has officially said that he is going to the WWE. And it looks like he might be going straight in at 205 Live because I think they're going to bolster their 205 Live brand. Yeah. And he's a good talent. He's good on the mic. He's as good as a baby face and he's good as a heel. He's as good as both.
That would definitely spice up the 205 live, because definitely over the recent months, WWE have given 205 a massive push with the likes of Enzo joining the roster. You know, you've had Kalisto join the roster. You've had the UK division come on the Zoe show, as Enzo likes to call it, and now Rockstar Spud apparently joining the 205 live. It's just going to get even better. Yeah.
Hopefully, it could be like he could be the one to come up against Enzo.
From him.
Yeah, could be. He's a really good guy. He's from England, so give him good the English. Another English star, making it big over in America. So good on to him. So that's the news. So we'll go now into the Raw review this week. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm going to be doing the Raw reviews from now on.
Yeah, and I'm going to be doing the individual SmackDown reviews.
Yeah, and when we do the Survivor Series, it won't be a case of picking who we feel is going to be the winner. It will be a case of Raw versus SmackDown, so it's completely out of our hands.
Yeah, exactly.
So it all depends on the brand itself. It's not going to be, so if I win, that's just because the brand won itself. It's not going to be a case of I picked the best wrestlers to win, so let's just hope Raw does it.
No, SmackDown are going to do it, because doesn't everyone bleed blue? But what you said is true, but there's some matches on the actual pay-per-view that aren't going to be like that. Especially the 205 Live match between Kalisto and Enzo. We're going to have to decide that on our own.
Yeah, there will be one
through thoughts, but the rest I think you all have excuse me. You all have SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah.
And then you guess.
Unless we have the UK champion on there.
Oh yeah, you could have picked up.
I don't think it's been said that he's going to have a match, but we've still got a couple of weeks to go.
Yeah.
Week this Sunday.
It's a week. Yes, it is.
Okay, so first one, the Raw Tag Team Champions championship belt. The new Raw Tag Team Champions, yes. The Bar. Enzo and Sheamus won the belts off the Shield.
2/3 of the Shield.
2/3 of the Shield. It was a good match. It was really good. I like the way that at the end the SmackDown came in and Raw actually looked like they were organising themselves to go and start a fight. It was noted that the first two people that Kurt Angle grabbed was Heath Slater and Rhino. It's like you're coming into war and your first two you grab are them two.
And like that's like that's like literally going into war and you're picking the unhealthiest, the fattest people to run at someone. You're just like, you're not really thinking that through.
No. So they won because of the like sort of shenanigans that was going on by SmackDown.
By the Usos, by the New Day, sorry. No, wait.
Who?
Oh,
the New Day. So that was a bit of a shock. That was one of the title changes that happened. Nobody was expecting that because obviously we all thought that it was going to be the Shield that was going to be taking on the Usos. But now it seems to be, because I thought they were trying to like sort of have a heel versus a babyface.
Yes.
But they seem to be now like sort of changing that and going heel. So there's a lot of like Usos and heels.
I don't see the Usos as heel. I see them as more in the middle. I see them as like a kind of Roman Reigns, but the fans don't hate them. They think they're good, but then they will boo them if they're versing someone like the New Day, because everyone loves the New Day. So. But I actually really like the way how they actually played out the match, how it worked, because I think if they just won the titles, it wouldn't be as good. But how the New Day came down from the audience, it was very, very well thought out.
Kept the Shield strong.
Yeah, and it built the, the fire for the the actual pay-per-view, and I was thinking when I was watching that, I was thinking well, maybe they've done this so that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, obviously they've lost the title, so maybe they're gonna on next week's Raw, they're gonna try and call out the New Day, and be like, do you know what, you wrecked our title shots, we won you at Survivor Series. That could be a match on the pre-show or something like that, couldn't it?
Yeah, could do. We'll have to see what happens this week. And we also had Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. Joe called out, Joe was in the ring with, who was he in the ring with now? Totally forgotten. He was in the ring with a wrestler, and he
pretty much beat him,
dropped him like a bad habit, and then he called out. He said that there's no one in the back who can like sort of stand up to me.
Yeah.
And then Finn Balor's music.
And obviously the man that does extraordinary things. Finn Balor.
Brilliant. It was good to see both of them used in a good, solid match. There was no funniness. I hope that they take Finn Balor away from Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's not yet come back, but it would be good to see Finn in some like sort of really good matches where it was like Samoa Joe. They could have a good feud, a long-lasting feud that will like hopefully take a bit of time to have a couple of wins between them and then the rubber match sort of thing.
And I think after this rivalry, if this rivalry did go ahead, you might have the WWE, people behind the scenes that decide what happened. They'll be like, wow, that rivalry was really damn crap. Let's give the belt to someone. Yeah. Let's give it to Joe, or let's give it to Balor. And then you can have Balor chase it, and then you could possibly even have Balor turn heel, and then go, wait, so he just came back from an injury. I've been here. And I haven't even got a title shot, and he's back and he's got one. You could have Balor turn, or other way around. Joe could become a face. I doubt that because I think
he's better than heel as always. Joe's always
even though the crowd chant his name.
Yeah, well, the fans are always going to be in the middle because they'll like who they like at the end of the day. I think it was a news article that Stephanie done, basically saying that like we don't decide who gets pushes, the fans do. You cheer for them, you scream for them, they'll get the push.
Yeah, exactly.
So and we had Asuka in the role that she should have been given in the first place, and that was a mean ass kicker.
She's not the Irish one, though?
No. Who's coming in and beating all the like sort of jobber talents that they can find, gives them like sort of experience within the WWE, gives her like sort of something to actually build on. When they brought her in at the main event in the pay-per-view, the TLC pay-per-view, the Raw pay-per-view, it was the wrong thing to do because they had to decide who they were going to face. They can't just bring a jobber in on that pay-per-view because it would look a bit silly. You need to have a superstar versus a superstar, and then when you've got that, you can't like sort of, you've got to go back from that. Obviously, they gave it to Emma, and I don't know if that was a case of like, we know you're going, you've asked for your leave, and she left, and she's now like sort of doing other things on the independent circuit. So like, she'll probably like they'll start building Asuka up now, and hopefully they'll create something good with her.
Yeah, so, I think they will do.
Yeah.
I think like I was saying earlier, I think a rivalry between Nia Jax and Asuka would be absolutely awesome. I think that would be such a good rivalry because you have the powerhouse of Nia Jax, but then you have Asuka, who's one of the most technical women wrestlers you have. So it will be really good to see who actually goes, who battles, who actually comes out on top. I think that'd be a great rivalry.
Oh yeah,
and
would be
especially
good.
Asuka.
It'd be good to see them two going at it.
Yeah.
In the ring. And the Pete Dunne finally
I waited.
Homegrown boy from just down the road from us in Birmingham. Well, Chelmsley Wood actually. He comes from Sweetswood, just down the road. It's good to see him on the actual Raw brand getting a push. Hopefully I'd like to see. Well, they've said that they want to bring the UK stars into the 205 Live brand.
Yeah, because most of them are under that 205.
A lot of them are, yeah. A lot of them are like sort of just over it as well, so they could bring them into the full brand. It would be good to see them used on the actual brand as well, because you've got Pete Dunne who's got the belt, and now he does every so often. He'll do a little like sort of match here, there, and everywhere on the brand. But at the moment, it's only been, like I say, once or twice. He's gone back to the independents. Now, hopefully, because there was a news article broke from Progress Wrestling, the UK wrestling company, saying thank you very much, Pete Dunne. You're a lovely guy. It's nice working with you. So hopefully that could be he is now moving on to the WWE. It would be good, because he's a unique style. If ever you've guys out there have like sort of seen Pete Dunne and how he wrestles, he is different to everything that's like in there. There's nobody I can think that's anything like him. Maybe Shinsuke Nakamura is similar to him with his like sort of bruises. He's like a bit of a ass kicker with the punches and kicks, and obviously Pete Dunne's the bruiserweight.
Like you were saying, he does have a load of different technical skills, and that's what makes him so different. That's what makes him stand out from other wrestlers. He does little things like he bends fingers back. He would do little things that just show a difference from one wrestler to another, and that's what's kind of made him. I think his bruiserweight gimmick is so good. How he comes out with the mouth guard, and he does that thing. It is really good.
Having the belt in his mouth as well, hanging from lights there.
It's a really good, and how he comes out as well. It's kind of different. You don't see someone come out in a furry coat like that, do you?
No.
But it looks weird at the start, but then when he wrestles, he's a whole different person.
Yeah,
it's weird because he's quite a miniature wrestler, isn't he?
He's not very tall.
He's like 5'10", but he's still got some good moves.
Yeah, he's not the tallest of the wrestlers, and he's not he is stocky, but he's not like sort of overall. He's not like a big sweaty man that Vince likes. He's going to be a good thing to see on the brand. Hopefully he stays on Raw, because I'd like to see him on Raw.
But I think if he comes to the inferior brand, the number one brand, SmackDown, I think we could get the most out of him.
Well, I know they do like sort of new talent does flourish more in SmackDown.
Yeah, because it's the land of opportunities.
Yeah. Next one, Braun Strowman. They're doing a really good job with Braun Strowman at the moment. They're making him strong. They're making him into. I just hope that they don't turn him into a heel. But I hope they don't make him into a slap-happy babyface where he comes down to the ring.
He should just be in the middle.
He should be in the middle. He's good. People like him. Fans are cheering for him. The men out there are like sort of in the older audience are cheering for him. It just seems good that they're actually making something of him and not just sticking him in stupid feuds. He's everything that Vince looks for. He's big.
He's sweaty.
He's sweaty. He could be the next big thing.
Yeah.
Well,
he's already the big thing at the moment, isn't he? He's the monster among men.
Menstrual among men. The monster among men. He's looking good. I just hope that they do well with him and keep it all going with him, give him the right push, because like I say, he does do well.
Yeah.
And if you look at what is out there at the moment, who is out there to take over from John Cena? Not really anybody.
Not really. No. I think a couple people on show. At first, I thought it was Roman Reigns, but then the crowd have turned against him, so that's pretty gone now.
I think the best thing they could do with Roman Reigns is turn him heel.
Yeah.
Turn him heel.
I think he's better heel.
Yeah. Let him have a run as a heel. When The Rock first came in, it was exactly the same. They brought The Rock in, and everybody was booing him because he got an IC belt straight away. He was like Intercontinental Champion within like sort of, it was about 3 months being in the like sort of WWF as it was then, and they suddenly gave him his belt, and he couldn't run with it. He couldn't do anything with it. He was just a normal white meat baby face, and he was getting ripped to pieces. People were booing him, and then they thought turn him heel, and that's when he turned into The Rock as we know him today, the amazing, electrifying sports entertainment person.
The one that takes the mick out of everyone and just doesn't really care.
Exactly, yeah, it does. So it's good. And the next one is Jason Jordan versus Elias Sampson, guitar on a pole match.
Do you like it?
The reason
it was so good.
The reason I don't like it, I've spent a long time through like sort of watching wrestling, and there's been a lot of on the pole matches.
No,
there was Viagra on the pole match in WCW. There was Judy Bagwell on a forklift truck. There's been a lot. It was quite good. They done well.
But you can't really have Jason Jordan coming out in some like leopard lingerie and then Elias coming out in some like sexy bra and underwear. That just looked weird.
But it was a good match. But it's just the old gimmick of being on the pole, and if you get the guitar, you don't actually win the match.
Yeah.
It's whoever uses the guitar. So if someone pulls it down but doesn't get to that guitar, then someone picks it up and smacks them over the head with it, or the back with it, as a lot of them do these days, instead of hitting them across the head. It just seems, it doesn't seem to be a good.
Don't really think it's good.
No, it's good. It's good. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah,
it's a bit of fun.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. WWE put on shows so fans can enjoy it.
Yeah.
They don't put it on at all serious. You know, it's not a real thing, is it?
No, of course.
The shots to the face, they're caused by the hands. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that's why they've done this match. They've done this 2 reasons. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of fun, and Jason Jordan and Elias really aren't doing much. They're not doing much at the moment. I reckon Jason Jordan will get that rivalry with Kurt Angle soon. Mm-hmm. But you know, Elias wasn't doing that much. He was having a little stint with Apollo, but that seems to have died down. So
it was Apollo Crews. That's it. It was Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil in the ring with Samoa Joe.
No, he versed Titus O'Neil.
That's right, yeah.
Versed Titus O'Neil, and then
But over both, that's it. Got it in the end.
Yeah, just about.
That was the Raw review.
Yeah, now
week.
Moving. Now moving on to the SmackDown side of things, the blue band. The blue brand. There's not really a lot of actually note down here about SmackDown, but there is some interesting points to actually go through, and some that we can actually get into detail on. Mm-hmm. One in particular, AJ Styles winning the WWE Championship off Jinder Mahal. The long-awaited rivalry, the 5-month rivalry, has finally come to an end. I think they've done this for a couple of reasons. The fans don't like Jinder Mahal as champion anymore.
No.
They do not like him as champion. You can see it in the way that they react to him, in the way they chant the USA. Mm-hmm. And secondly, they didn't believe that Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar was going to be good enough.
No.
They didn't believe it. That's an advantage. Disadvantages are that you've had Jinder Mahal building up this rivalry with Brock Lesnar saying, I'm not the inferior one, Brock Lesnar should be scared of me, and then all of a sudden AJ's just got the belt. See, those are things they don't really talk about.
No.
But the fans would have wanted to see AJ Styles win the belt over Jinder Mahal any day. That's why they've done it. So it was quite shocking to find out.
It was like you say. That was we found out in the morning. Pardon me. And to finally find out that Jinder Mahal has sort of finally lost the belts. and AJ won it was a shock. Now, obviously, I've been mentioning like when we talk about Jinder Mahal about the fact that he's got an Indian tour in December. Now, I think they thought to themselves, and I know people who don't really like Jinder Mahal are going to think to themselves, no, not that happened, but he will be over in India, and I think he will win it back in December.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be the chaser and not the holder.
Yeah.
So they thought to themselves, well, this is a good thing in a way, because you go over to your hometown. We all know Jinder's going to get like sort of big pop over in India. So when he goes over there, he will be the chaser. He will win the title, given an even bigger pop for the like, sort of the Indian crowd. He beats a USA homegrown lad, as in like sort of AJ. So that means then obviously they've got the bigger push.
Yeah.
Also, you can now have a SummerSlam that people can get involved in. They know that Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles is going to be a good match. Where before I could see
SummerSlam, you mean a Survivor Series?
Survivor Series, yes, still I'm sorry. We obviously not sort of now know that. You know, it's going to be a better match. The fans are going to be more behind it.
Oh, gotcha.
They're going to be split down the middle, where before it was just going to be all. It's all going to be Brock Lesnar. Everyone's going to be screaming for Brock.
And if you think about it, it would have been a rule breaker or a businessman versus a businessman, because both of them are. Well, I see Brock Lesnar as more of a heel, and obviously Jinder Mahal's a heel straight off. So it would have been a heel and heel, and we know WWE don't really like having a heel versus a heel. They like having a face versus a heel. So I think that's why they've also done it, because AJ Styles is down the crowd, everyone loves him, you know, everyone shouts his name. So you know that's why. Again, that's why they've done this. That's why they've had AJ win the belt. Definitely. So moving on to the next point, this was quite weird on SmackDown because. There was a match on SmackDown. It was Rusev versus Randy Orton, and it was weird because if Rusev won, he would go into the SmackDown team for Survivor Series. But if he lost and Randy Orton won, then he would not get the chance. So I watched the match, and he didn't get a chance. He didn't get the chance. He lost to Randy Orton. But then, even before this match, it was leaked that John Cena, weirdly, John Cena is on the SmackDown team. So he's the last member to join the SmackDown team. I really don't know why. This is getting me really angry what they're doing. It's really getting me angry where they just keep putting random people in the match.
Yeah, because at first he was supposed to be the special guest referee.
Versus Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. And again, they've just done this like it was Kurt Angle. You had Kurt Angle just randomly join the Shield. Yeah. It could have been someone else. There could have been someone else that would have just, you know, been there. You could have had, you know, I don't know who it could have been, but you could have had someone else. And then obviously AJ Styles having to join Finn Balor to verse him. That was a good match, obviously, but the way they kind of hid that up was good. But again, this has happened. They've just randomly chucked John Cena in. First off, John Cena was on Raw. Yeah. And second off, someone else could have been in there. You could have had Rusev in there. Yeah, you could have had someone else. You could have had Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens in there, which we will get onto in a little later. But what do you think of it? Do you think it was a good idea?
Well, it's like you say, because they leaked the picture of John Cena with in the background with the referee shirt on. You get told that's going to happen. Then suddenly you find out that now he's going to be the last the last man in the SmackDown team. It is confusing. It is confusing. There's no doubt about it. You think to yourself, well, which is he going to be? We don't know. He could still be the guest referee.
Yeah, he might do both. That's what I said.
I would love to see someone like the Undertaker, not the Undertaker. Sorry, it'd be weird seeing him in the ref shirt. Either The Rock or Stone Cold. They were talking about them two doing it. Yeah. That would be good. That would be good to see because it's bringing someone back. I know they want to sooner or later have John Cena maybe take the belt off someone. I don't know if he's going to
beat Ric Flair.
Beat Ric Flair. Because the rumour was it was supposed to be John Cena was going to come back. He was going to cause the loss for Jinder Mahal, and then there was going to be the bounce back from that, the rubber match, and John Cena finally beats Jinder Mahal for the belt. I don't know if they're going to maybe do that at Royal Rumble. That could be a possibility of doing that for the Royal Rumble, but we'll have to see what that goes. But yeah, it's alright. I'd like to see John Cena there. It makes people tune in because obviously John Cena.
He's been the face of WWE for years.
Yeah, he's
if they
20 odd years.
Yeah, if they see John Cena, everyone's going to want to go there. All the kids are going to be screaming, and that's why I think that's why they've done it, just so they will make sure kids will enjoy it. Because if John Cena's in a match, all the kids are going to be screaming and they're going to be laughing, they're going to be enjoying it.
Oh yeah, of course.
But before we move on to the next point, you were talking about Stone Cold and The Rock possibly reffing matches, and they've already started to show aspects of that. Shawn Michaels, he's going
to ref. He's going to ref.
Reffing the Drew McIntyre and Andre Cena match, isn't it?
He is.
NXT Takeover War Games.
That we'll be doing predictions on that one as well.
So that
big weekend next weekend.
Yeah, so you can already see they're shoving they want to get the legends involved still.
Yeah.
There was actually a couple of rumours that they wanted to bring Shawn Michaels back just for one last time around or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've been sort of talk. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why he's in with NXT crowd at the moment, because they want to just sort of go, it's there still, come on Shawn, it's just there, somewhere down deep in your soul.
Your twin brother that you've lost for a long time still doing it, Adam Cole still going on it.
You could have sort of face off Adam Cole versus Michaels.
Yeah, you could have, just like Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels and Adam Cole.
You could have Shawn Michaels and Adam Cole could fight out their sort of brother and father and son. Another father and son.
Or they could be brothers, and then Corey Graves could be their dad, or Oscar could be their adopted mum. Oh God, who knows? With Vince McMahon in charge, the opportunities are absolutely endless.
Yeah.
But moving on to the actual point, we have Rusev and Aiden English. Now these two, it's been a little bit weird over the past couple of weeks on SmackDown, because they've always, Aiden English has introduced Rusev. He's sang to Rusev prior to coming in, and it's been, they're hinting at that they're trying to get those two together. But it's weird because they still actually haven't had a match when they've tagged. It's weird. No. It just looks like Aiden English is kind of at the moment in a manager's role of Rusev. But I think they are hinting at that. It's pretty obvious. And will it work as a tag team on?
I think it will, because they're quite good together. They're quite it is quite funny to see them both together doing good things.
Yeah, you've got a white singer and then you've got a massive Russian or Bulgarian
brute. Yeah, so it is quite good to see them together. I don't know if I think Aiden English will sort of end up being
something like his
released soon or later.
He doesn't have a good gimmick, and no one.
With the Von Villains gone, it's going to be a struggle for him now.
He could move on to 205 Live and do something with Jack Gallagher, because he's quite similar to Jack Gallagher.
Could do, yeah. There is a story that Aiden English's tag team partner, Simon Gotch, has now officially going into Ring of Honor. So they could, in theory, bring the Von Villains back.
You mean Aiden English was Simon Gotch's tag team partner?
Yeah, Simon Gotch and Aiden. Yeah, Simon Gotch. And Aiden English was the Von Villains. So obviously they could bring him in. If he does go, they could bring back the Von Villains over in Ring of Honor.
Yes, that would be quite nice to see. So moving on to the last SmackDown, the last and final SmackDown point, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So they are actually friends again on storyline. They've always been great friends, haven't they?
It's just kept quiet never.
But one massive news that is outbreaking is that they've both left the UK and they're headed home, and obviously that's going to cause massive speculation with the likes of Nia Jax walking out, Never walking out. Cody Rhodes make it so big off the independents leagues and different wrestling companies. I doubt it's going to do anything. I think they've just left because SmackDown said, we ain't going to need you for now, you can go back to the US. Because the Manchester, they only needed it for SmackDown, because I think next week Raw, they're going to be returning to the USA, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's going to be from USA. So it doesn't really scream out, "Oh God, what's happening here? Something's happened here." As Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have both left, so it doesn't spark anything. But it was. I think it's an interesting topic to talk about since they're friends again, and since they've both left the UK.
Yeah. Well, it was actually brought up that the reason they left the UK or told to go home was they were supposed to have done a feed for, I think it was a New Day.
Yes, because they had the little
and like they were supposed to have got jumped and beaten up in the ring, and I think it was Sami Zayn jumped out of the ring and walked away. Kevin Owens got out of the ring and walked away as well, and New Day was in the ring, like sort of expecting, like sort of to like kick them and beat them up. But they've just said no. Why should we? Why should we have like sort of you guys beating up on us where we're as good?
Yeah.
And it's true, they are. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, I think, is the
top
best.
Talented guys.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
You've got to keep them. You've got to make sure that you listen to what the fans want. They want them to. They're loving the comedy that comes out of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens together. You've got to make sure they stay.
I think that's why.
Don't lose them. Yeah, don't lose them. Out of all these people that have left or trying to leave, Neville, I don't mind him going.
Yeah, like it's sad to see him go because I think he's such a good wrestler, but it's not gonna like it's not gonna cause it's not gonna kill WWE if Neville goes because you've got the UK coming in, you've got it still ends on this exclusive rivalry,
But I think like sort of with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I think they will be the next big thing.
Oh yeah, definitely
the next big thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them actually form a tag team.
Yeah.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really know the name, but you can know. Owen Sane.
Owen Sane. The next one. Hi there. We're going to do an article. It is 15 things that would happen if Vince McMahon suddenly died. So it's not a thing of like suddenly he hands it over to anybody. Like tomorrow, it's suddenly in the news, Vince has passed away.
Yeah, he has a heart attack.
Something
like that. Obviously,
touch wood
doesn't happen because
he is brilliant.
Yeah, he is.
But every week we will be doing 1 point. So we've got 15 points. So the last 15 weeks. And so we will talk about 1 point. If you guys want to comment on it as well, what you think about the stuff, always comment at the bottom of the video. If you comment within the an hour of the video going up, we'll try to like sort of react to your comments. So the first one: if Vince died tomorrow, power struggle between Stephanie, Triple H
and Shane McMahon.
That is the one thing that like sort of we know would happen, because obviously originally it was always going to be Shane that took over the helm. It was always going to be Shane McMahon that took over. But obviously when he went off to do his own thing,
it's kind of diverted away.
Yes, he did divert. He didn't want anything to do with wrestling. He left it all, and he left like sort of Vince. He did leave Vince with a bit of a sour note because Vince thought that he was going to pass the reins on to like sort of his son, the heir to the throne.
He would probably prefer to do that. I mean, I don't know Vince in person, but I doubt he's sexist.
Yeah.
But he'd probably prefer to pass it off to Shane on the basis that Shane was his firstborn son.
Yeah.
If I had a company and my firstborn son or daughter, I'd give it to them because they are the firstborn.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously that happened, and we decided that Stephanie married Triple H.
Yeah.
Them two was a couple. Them two had still been in the company. They were still doing good things. So he thought, well, we'll make those more of backstage people. They were doing
more of it than on-screen people.
Yeah,
like Shane.
Both of them do a lot of sort of backstage now. We all know that Triple H has had a lot to do with the UK, the NXT, the UK wrestlers that have come over. He's been coming over. He actually did a one stop of the UK. He turned up in.
Oh yeah, in Shield, didn't he?
Yeah, he turned up in Shield.
He's also been wrestling in
Progress. He turned up at Progress.
He's also he wrestled in. I'm trying to think of the country now. The footballer's country. The footballer's home country. Chile. He wrestled in Chile as well, yeah. Because I think SmackDown Live went over there.
Yeah.
And they wrestled in Chile, and Triple H turned up and he wrestled with someone as well. So just as Triple H is do, so maybe Shawn Michaels, the one Triple H could be a match at WrestleMania.
So obviously that's like sort of the biggest one. What would happen between like sort of the what would happen between Stephanie and Triple H? Hopefully Stephanie and Triple H will work together.
I think if all three of them work together, that would take the brand into a new direction. Completely.
It would.
Because you know how much Triple H likes his stars from NXT. He's so close to Finn Balor, so close to Finn Balor. When I can't think of the woman that won the Main Classic, Kairi Sane, when she was like kind of conducted to NXT, he was there with Triple H and Steph.
That's right.
So they are pretty close. So
he does a lot of work behind the scenes with NXT. He doesn't need to. He could just easily sit back and like sort of let him go. But he sees the importance in growing the talent.
He was a professional wrestler himself. He's wrestled for years and years.
Yeah.
Vince was more of a businessman. He wrestled, but he wasn't a wrestler.
No.
That starred.
Yeah.
So when Triple H sees someone that's got talent, he knows they've got talent, and he will try and get them to sign with WWE.
Yeah. If you look at like sort of everything that's gone on with NXT at the moment, with the Undisputed Era coming in, with Sanity coming in, with all these other like sort of groups and wrestlers that are coming in, Roderick Strong, they're all like sort of independent guys that Triple H has looked at and actually thought those are good.
Look at Aleister Black.
Yeah, Aleister Black. He's just brilliant. Brilliant.
I bet Triple H had something to do with WWE. I bet Triple H was like, look at that.
Yeah.
He came in this
Velveteen Dream as well. The guy who's like sort of he cuts a promo so well. It's unbelievable. He's got a big future. If Vince doesn't get his hands on him and turns him into
a big sweaty man,
some sort of cross-dressing.
Yeah, he could turn him into a transvestite.
Anyway, so that was our first one of 15. If you've got any comments, please comment at the bottom, and like I say, if you comment in the hour, we'll try to repeat your comment. Also, if you like these videos, please like, share
and
subscribe. We've also got a.
You get to see this face on your screens every Saturday, so it's probably one of the best things ever, isn't it?
We've also got a Facebook page that is on the bottom of the video as well. Please go on that. We same thing again, like, share and subscribe. We also like sort of put up news articles. If we see something that's interesting, we'll bung it up on the Facebook page and get some interest going there. So we will see you next week. Sweet.